Hello everyone, I am the Aries and it has been quite some time since I've made a video. Get out the way, Rocky. I'm making a video. Don't need you in the... Could you move? Thank you. I am the Aries and it's been quite some time since I've made a video. Actually, I made a couple videos in a couple last weeks or whatever, but I didn't bother to post them. It was just me saying that, hey, I'm taking a break from making videos for a while and I'll get back to you. At least I think that's all I said. I might have said something else. I'm not even sure. But anyway, I think I'm going to change the direction to this channel. I've just been doing, well, tarot, kind of, sort of, and just running my mouth. I think I'm just going to start running my mouth because it occurs to me that if you want to hear what the divine have to say, then you need to hear it from the people that the divine have chosen. Do you mind? I'm going to have to throw him out in a minute, I think. That would be Rocky the dog. So anyway, what am I going to sit here and talk about on these videos? I'm just going to talk about what the divine want me to talk about. I'm going to talk about world politics. I'm going to talk about religion. I'm going to talk about the church. I'm going to talk about the divine themselves. Because I'm not one of those people who just sits there and use that term, the divine, all willy-nilly and everything. No, when I use it, I mean it. I live my life according by the divine. They are my faith. Faith in the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Mother. Yes, I am the Son on earth, but that's my higher self. A bit of a grievance I have with someone. If you're going to claim, now look, I'm making outrageous claims. I know that, but I'll back them up. I've seen enough supernatural phenomena to back up my claims. I have enough conversations with angels, angelic beings, spirits, to confirm myself, my being. There are some people who will sit there and say all kinds of things, and I believe they're just talking. I know someone on Twitter, well, not Twitter, I'm sorry, Instagram. Should I bother to say her name? Yeah, why not? I don't care. Treehouse Tarot. Now, she goes on. Now, look, I don't have a problem with people who do tarot, people even who do love tarot, people who claim they have magic. I don't have that problem. But you know what? When you sit there and say that you're Jesus, I kind of got something to say about that, being that I'm the son, being that was one of my lives, and if I ever come back again, I might claim King of Kings. But I don't mind who claims what, as long as you get out of the way, please. As long as you can back it up. As long as you can back it up. Now, from what I've seen, all this person does is sit there and say, hey, I'm Jesus. Give me your money and I'll give you a love reading, a magic love reading. Yeah, okay. Let me be perfectly blunt. If the only thing you're using tarot for is a love reading, you don't know the power of tarot, and I question just how spiritual you are. I'm sorry, but I do. Because when you do love readings, you've got the energy of two people, and the energies are constantly changing. Your energies and the other person's energies. So, you know, I mean, you could get a love tarot, but you still got to do the work. And I don't think a lot of these love tarot people sit there and tell you, you need to do the work. Yeah, we can sit there and say that energies are here for you, but you still have to do the work. You still have to make things work. You have to get the hell out of the way. Why do you keep coming over here? Move. 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 Where was I? You still have to do the work with love tarot. And I don't think a lot of these readers are explaining this correctly to people. In fact, what every tarot reader should be doing is teaching people how to become better people so that they don't have to ask a tarot reader for a love reading. You know, the whole give a love struck person a fishing rod and they'll eat for a night. Uh, Teach them how to fish and to be better. Oh, wait, can I even say that? And they'll eat for a life? I don't know. And they'll be married. I don't know. Or a long term relationship. Whatever. But you get the point. So if you're going to make claims and say that you're Jesus, have the power to back it up. Do something Jesus would do. Like, oh, I don't know. Speak truth to power. Tell all these bullshit leaders, cut it out. Bring down the angelic host in this world. Okay. You see where I'm going with this. These cards want to flip over in my hand. I'm not going to bother reading. Well, I'm not going to bother explaining anything. We have the King of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, and the Strength card. On the bottom of the deck, Six of Swords. First card to flip out from another deck would be the Death card. Speaking of death, I don't know what the hell the Taliban is doing. And I don't understand what the European, specifically what Norway is doing, trying to introduce talks with the Taliban. Let me be perfectly clear. You cannot deal with the devil. And when you do, you will get burned. And the Taliban devil is someone that's just going to get you caught up. Any religion that sits there and says to treat women like second-class citizens, or that you need to go behind them to protect them. Protect them from who? It's like I was saying on Twitter the other day. The Taliban likes to claim they're protecting women, but the only people women in Afghanistan need to be protected from are the Taliban. And now they're sitting here going around wanting that money released. Now, let's be honest. Now, the money is Afghanistan money, but it came from foreign nations who did not want that money to go to the Taliban. Move. Don't come over here, please. And so now that Taliban wants that money, but for what? I doubt it's to really help the people of that nation. Because if the Taliban wanted to help the people of Afghanistan, they wouldn't have taken power. Everything's gone to shit since those people have taken power. Although it wasn't all that great to begin with. I mean, let's just be honest. The problems in Afghanistan begin with the fact that it's not really even a country. It's a land of tribes. It is. You know, you had the British Empire come back in the day or whatever. Hey, you're a country. Let's draw maps on the line. It doesn't work quite that way, and you get into a lot of trouble. I believe that's one of the reasons why Afghanistan is the graveyard of empires. We have the World card to flip out. Oh, great. We have the Sun card, me. Four of Cups, Seven of Wands, Five of Wands, and Queen of Swords. Yes, I always got people wanting to compete with me, whatever. I don't care. In competition, I'm not even sure what the competition is about. They explained to me this stuff when I had my little awakening speech, but honestly, no, I didn't listen like I should have. I know I should have listened because they explained to me a lot of things. I had a lot of information. But I just wanted to hear about my powers all the whole time. Speaking of powers, I've got up on my Twitter page my latest experiments of energy projection. Now, what it is, I'll just pick a name. Well, I'll pick a name based off a zodiac card. Last time I made an account called the Sun. So I go to different chat rooms with the putting my energy, putting myself in that Sun energy to get that card to pop up in the reading. It did. Now, can you move? Rocky, do you see me doing it? Look, 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 look. Say hello, Rocky. Say, well, get the hell out of the way then. Move. Who's a good dog? Who's a good dog? Who's a good dog? Not you. Good dogs don't get in the way of videos. Move up. Where was I? Rocky, you've made me lose my train of thought. Should I start over in this video? No, I don't know. So the Olympics are happening tomorrow, the opening ceremonies, I believe. They're being held in Beijing, and I'm wondering to myself, why? Why in the world are they holding the Olympics in Beijing? Now, if you're on my Twitter, I go in a lot about what's going on in China, because China under Xi Jinping is an imperialist country. They're going to try to do to the world what the Western powers did to them, what the Western powers did to everyone. Now, the divine, which I'm speaking on behalf of, we're not going to be like an eye for an eye. No. The West got away with that shit. You're not going to get away with it. And in fact, the West is under karma for that past imperialism. You look at what's going on in these Western states, how they're being embarrassed, how a lot of scandals keep coming up. That's karma. It is. It takes various forms, but that's the universe readjusting things. And yeah, that includes America. America's going to go through its karma. And I'll tell you one thing that will hurt America. That bullshit going on with QAnon, Trump, and the evangelicals, that's an unholy alliance. I understand what those QAnon people are up to. They are trying to usurp the will of the divine. I've gotten enough confirmations in the 5D to understand what they're doing. And they're sitting here getting in bed with these evangelicals, trying to make Trump some anointed of God, trying to make him the next Jesus, trying to make Jesus his running mate or whatever, according to somebody. And this is true. Go out and look at some of these videos, these televangelists with the Trump ass kissing. And I'm like, no, that's not going to happen. We don't want Trump in power. Trump has an ego that will be manipulated by Russia and China in a heartbeat. Because Trump, unlike what some of his supporters are saying, he's not playing 4D chess. I doubt he can play tic-tac-toe. But we don't want someone in power who's going to treat people like he does, who's going to turn a blind eye to bullshit. I don't think people really truly understand what he's trying to do or what powers behind him are trying to do. It won't happen. It won't happen, not while I'm here. And who am I? I am the sun. And to the spiritual family, those in the know, they know what that means. Now, anyone else, you have to take my words with a grain of salt, I suppose. I'm no longer concerned about people thinking, oh, I'm crazy, whatever. The closer you are to the divine, the more crazy you will sound. And that's just a simple fact. So never let it bother you. Has this ended? Oh, no, it's not going on. What am I doing? Let's see, I'll talk a little bit. Well, you know what? I'm going to have to write down talking points from now on, because I'll start talking about something, but then I'll get sidetracked to another tangent. Maybe I'll come back to my original topic, or maybe I'll just go to a whole different one. Speaking of which, on Twitter, so last week I put out a call because I want to do some kind of merchandise, but I'm not an artist type, and and art is important because one of the things they were telling me during my awakening speech was art and creativity equals spiritual power. They didn't put it in quite those words. I forgot the terminology to use, but that's the gist of it. So I'm trying to find artists. Well, I was trying to find artists. So I put a call out there. Hey, I don't know what's going on, but if you're an artist, I want to put some merchandise out there. Hit me back up. Got a lot of responses. I got more responses that day about looking for an artist than I got about on Twitter about anything, which was kind of irritating because on my Twitter feed, I talk about important things. I do. So kind of like, well, people just want some money. But you know what? People have to make a living. Artists, if they're not working 9 to 5 somewhere else, they're starving. They're starving artists. Twitter. And so anyway, I put out a call to these people because I was looking for something in particular, which I didn't find, not yet. But that's because I kind of went off of something else. I saw that I had my original idea, me wanting to try to do something. But then I'm like, you know what? If I can sit here and try to work with all these artists, because the universe likes to expand. We like creation and art and creativity. When you expand upon that, you're expanding upon spiritual power. And when you have more spiritual power in the world, then you have more room to do things. There's more room for miracles. There's more room for healing. There's more room for everything when the amount of spiritual power increases. Now, spiritual power, I think, is finite, but well, it's infinite, but I think it's finite in the amount we can harness, we can bring down at any particular time. I asked a professor about this one time a couple of years ago, and he's, well, I think it was the first time he'd heard that question. It was like, energy is infinite, but our ability to tap into it is finite. But once we get people in our world believing as we do, well, believing in truth, so it's not a big deal. Once we can start showing people the truth, once they start feeling that connection, understanding that there is divine, then I think we're in a better spot that we can do more for people. We can help more people. Isn't that right, Rocky? That's right. That's right. Nope. That's my alarm. One second. My 5 o'clock alarm. I've got to go to work tonight. Um, Speaking of work, oh wait, Ashley, let me focus on what I'm doing. So anyway, with the artist, I like to get a whole bunch of artists in a group and then see if I can find them some kind of people, some kind of work. Now, who am I going to go to? Well, the spiritual family, of course. Why? Because I know a lot of readers have side projects. They want to do decks, they want to do posters, they want cups, t-shirts, whatever. And they might not be able to draw. They might not be artistic. Well, then I've got a group right there for you. You know, and this works because I don't know who all in the Twitter artist group are in the spiritual community. But the non-spiritual ones, if you can link them up in a group with the readers or whoever in the spiritual community, there's a chance that that information could flow and we can expand that way. So you always want to keep an eye out to expansion. Expansion, expansion, expansion. The universe likes to expand, which is one of the reasons why we never put down a set religion. Because religions, they lock things in. It's clear. I mean, look at the Bible. It locked things into the point that, well, look, you had to come up